Hello, and welcome to our course on creating a course in PowerSchool. The first thing you'll need to do is access your PowerSchool account. Once you've accessed your PowerSchool account, what you will notice is that you will no longer have the admin tab. You'll also notice you no longer have the instructor landing page either. Both of these things are now housed under your PD admin dashboard. In your PD admin dashboard, you'll notice you have My Professional Learning, Instruct, which was the instructor landing page, Build, which is creating a course, and those will probably be the tabs that you have. When you go into Build, you need to build a course or a section, and what you'll notice is that you have two options now. You have the instructor-led course, which is what you've been using primarily for everything for the past 4 or 5 years. But we also have a new tab that is entitled PLC. This is not necessarily for your PLCs. This is for your meetings that you're going to have. It might be an instructional leadership team or a building council or just some of those regular meetings. That is when we would like you to use the PLC button. They ask different questions, so the type of course you choose will prompt different questions. So for learning opportunities, you're going to go ahead and hit instructor-led course, continue, your course title. The rules for the course title remain the same. Please make sure that they clearly state the learning that is going to happen. However, please do not make them specific to the content or specific to the resource that you are using. You will need to choose your office. Most of you will only have a single office to choose from. If you have district-wide professional learning and site-based professional learning or district-wide and whatever office that you are in, please make sure you choose the office appropriately, because now different offices have different rights as far as what they can create and what they can see. So if you are, let's say, in mental health and counseling, but you're providing a learning for the whole district, then you would do district-wide professional learning. But if it's just for the mental health and counseling team, you would choose the Office of Mental Health and Counseling. Again, the course provider is the same options that we've had previously, and again, this is one of those things that I cannot change once you have created it. So you can pick default provider, which is in person, Google Classroom, or Canvas. For this situation, I'm going to do default provider. From here, you'll create your course description. And again, with the course description, please make sure that it includes the course objectives and what learners are going to be asked to do. The course type, will it be in-person, blended, or online? And then if it's online, please make sure you select which one, whether it's synchronous, hybrid, or asynchronous. For those of you that are creating courses for ECE, please make sure you choose an ECE standard, because these standards are linked directly to the certificates that the facilitators need in order to renew their license. So please, if you are an ECE staff member or you're creating learning for ECE staff members, make sure you do click the ECE standards. Do you want a course survey? Is it asynchronous, in-person? Course notes is something that's actually new. If you have notes that you would like to add for the whole course, such as materials that will be needed throughout the course, if you're doing a book study, let's say, any prerequisites that may be required, this would be the place where you would want to notate that. It is not required, but if you have something to say for the course as a whole, this is where you would put it. Allow participants to register for multiple credit types. This is something that isn't particularly new. We added it about 6 months ago, and basically what that allows you to do is have participants register for multiple credit types within the section. So if you have a course, as many site-based learning opportunities do, where you are in part of your learning during your duty day and another part of your learning outside of the duty day, if you click this button, it will allow your learners to click both types. So you won't have to actually go and change that in the Manage Multiple Credits. And then you can allow participants to enroll in multiple sections of the same course. Again, that is not a new tag. So once you're done clicking what you want, or unclicking what you don't want, you should not include certificates unless, again, it is an ECE course and they need a certificate. So we'll hit Next, and then it's just going to march right down the tags on the side. So competencies, you'll notice that we have added some competencies. We now have your educator effectiveness quality standards, but what you'll notice is it's only by quality standard, not by benchmark. So if it hits quality standard 2, you can just hit that. Quality standard 3, so on and so forth. Additionally, if you are creating a course that hits English language learner quality standards, and really this is probably just CLDE, but we have that in the quality standards now. And we've also added the school nurse effectiveness quality standards. So hopefully that will help with creating a little bit of standardization there. Again, it's important that you choose the appropriate quality standards for the course that you are creating. You will still be asked to do course tags, and we still do ask for 3 to 5. We'll clip a couple course tags, and then we have what used to be the settings is now called visibility. So you'll manage location just as you have previously. Because I'm providing a district-wide professional learning, I'm going to leave it on Region 1 APS. The locations will be changing relatively soon to make them more precise, so don't be surprised if you come in here one day and these locations have changed just a little bit. We're trying to get rid of the duplication. At this point, please do not use the users. It used to be the demographics tab. Please do not use them. We are currently working to improve those so that they might be able to be used by district staff, but site-based staff should not use the users tabs at all. The reason being that if you require 2 users, it's not connected to your location, so you will require it to every single user in the district instead of just the users at your building. So please, site-based staff, do not use the users tabs. You have your course resources. If you have any resources you want to add, links to websites, so on and so forth, you can use that. And at this point, this is new. You can actually submit your course for approval. With the upgrade, they have made it so that you can submit your course and your section separately. We still recommend that you go ahead and add a section, but if you want to get your courses all put in on the books, but you don't, let's say, know your location, or you don't know the exact date of your courses for second semester, you can create the course and then create the sections separately. They actually now go through 2 separate approval processes. So I am not going to submit the course at this point. I'm going to go ahead and create a section. We're going to add a section. The section name is going to be the same as it always has been. Please make sure that if you are using a Canvas integration, that you indicate the title of the course in some manner because Canvas pulls the title of the section. So we're going to add a section. And where it says notes will be where we are going to ask that you add your syllabus or running agenda. If it's an outside presenter, you write their name. The other thing you'll notice is that you only put credit in one space now, so you don't have to worry about putting credit at the course level. It is only at the section level. And this is a huge change, and I think it will be wonderful. Same thing, you can choose multiple types of credit if you want. And then you add instructors. Again, you don't have to search by full name. You can just search by add last name. It's another thing. I don't know if you caught that. It says that it asks add and search for another or search again. So you can actually add multiple instructors rather than having to go back into the system as we used to have to do. There is now a discussion board that you can use if you would like. So you can enable the discussion board is automatically enabled. So if you don't want a discussion board, please make sure you disable that. Your location and room number are still required. Maximum number of participants is still required. Start of registration date, end of registration date. Start of registration date is something that is new, and that is simply when is the first date that you want them to be able to register for the course. So we can have the course released immediately for them to preview, but then not allow registration for, let's say, a week or 2 weeks. The other piece that's new is minimum number of registrants. This is the minimum number that you are willing to have your class run at. Now know that when you set the minimum number of registrants, if that number is not met, the course will be automatically canceled and a note will go to your participants. We can always change that number, but please make sure that you are precise. When you release the catalog for registration on, this will be the day that it actually will go to live to the catalog. If you put it for a past date, it will not show up in the catalog. So if you have a meeting that you're just going to register your participants for, you could put it for a past date and then it will never show up. There's a setting that says at, and that is the time that it will be released. So if you want it released at 6 a.m., you can put that. Otherwise, it will be released at 12 o'clock and 1 second. Again, you still have to choose once or twice for attendance. And do you want a wait list? The last step in creating your course is inputting class times. Whether or not you're going to have regular class meetings, you will need to input class times because this is now where you indicate your start and end time. You will add a class time. The class time will automatically populate with your release date. If your release to catalog date is not the start of the class time, you will need to change that date to the appropriate day of the first meeting or the first time the class will be open to participants. And then you need to add an end date. So if this is a single class with a single time, this would be all you would have to do. If it runs for a certain period of time, then you would need to add an end date as well. If it is an asynchronous course, you do need to add the start and end dates. For a synchronous course, you can use reoccurring dates. Once you've put the first date and the last date in, You can say that it's going to happen weekly. You can say it's going to happen monthly if you want to use a recurring date. If you don't want to use a recurring date, you can simply continue to select dates, and that's it. At this point, you're going to submit the course and the section, and when you submit it, you will now be able to see whether it's been approved, returned for revision, in review, or if it has not been submitted. Hopefully, this has been helpful and informative. The new system is incredibly easy to use. It takes a moment to navigate it, but you will have a ton more functionality once you have a course created with some of the things you can do, and I will be sharing that with you in a future video. So thank you for your time, and I'll be talking to you soon. Have a wonderful day.